Picture this. You're on vacation in northern Australia. The landscape's beautiful, untouched, the kind of place that makes you want to post every 5 seconds. You and your friends find this perfect little waterhole, crystal clear, looks refreshing. It's hot as hell, and you've been walking for hours. But there's a sign, big red letters, danger, crocodiles, no swimming. But you've seen Crocodile Dundee. You've watched Steve Irwin. You know, crocodiles are dangerous, but they're probably not right here, right? Your friends are nervous, but you're confident. Mate, if there was a croc here, someone would have seen it by now. These signs are just for tourists who don't know better. So you strip down and wade into the water. It feels amazing. Cool, refreshing. You're maybe waist deep, splashing around, laughing, and then something grabs your leg. You're underwater. You didn't even see it coming. 1 second you're standing, the next you're being dragged under by something impossibly strong. Oh, hey there. Remember Steve Irwin? Loved crocodiles, respected them, never underestimated them. You just ignored a warning sign because it's probably fine. Let's talk about that decision. Let's find out what it feels like when 200 million years of evolution eats you. All right, before we get into your very bad day, let's talk about what just grabbed you. Because you're not dealing with a cute river lizard. You're dealing with a saltwater crocodile, the largest living reptile on Earth. Adult males can reach 20 feet long and weigh over 2,000 pounds. That's bigger than most cars. And unlike your car, this one wants to eat you. Crocodiles have been around for 200 million years. They survived the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs. They've perfected the art of ambush predation while your ancestors were still learning to walk upright. You've been alive for, 25 years? And you thought you could outsmart this thing because you watched a nature documentary once? Let's talk about what's currently clamped around your leg. A saltwater croc's bite force is about 3,700 pounds per square inch. For reference, a lion's bite is around 650 pounds per square inches. A great white shark? 4,000 pounds per square inches. You're basically being bitten by a shark with legs, except sharks let go sometimes. Crocodiles? They don't let go. Ever. Their teeth aren't designed to chew, they're designed to grip. Conical shape, interlocking. Once they clamp down, you're not pulling free. The harder you fight, the deeper they sink in. And here's the thing about saltwater crocs. They're ambush predators. They can sit motionless in water for hours, just their eyes and nostrils above the surface, waiting. You never saw it coming because it didn't want you to. When they strike, they explode out of the water at about 25 miles per hour. Fastest predator launch in nature. You didn't have time to react. You barely had time to register what was happening. Oh, and fun fact, crocodiles can hold their breath for up to 2 hours underwater. You? About 2 minutes if you're in great shape. Spoiler alert, you're not in great shape. You're a tourist who just ignored a warning sign. Okay, so you're underwater. The croc has your leg, and your brain's trying to process what the hell just happened. The bite itself? It's catastrophic. Those conical teeth punch through your skin, muscle, maybe even bone, depending on where it grabbed you. You feel pressure first. Immense, crushing pressure, and then pain. But here's the thing about crocodile teeth. They're not sharp like a knife. They're blunt. They don't slice, they crush and puncture. Your leg's being perforated like a terrible version of a hole punch. You're bleeding. A lot. Femoral artery might be nicked. If it is, you've got maybe 3 to 5 minutes before blood loss becomes the main problem. But that's optimistic, because you've got bigger issues right now. You try to fight. Instinct kicks in. You're punching the crocodile's head, trying to pry open its jaws, screaming underwater and swallowing river water. The crocodile does not care. You're hitting it with maybe 150 pounds of force. It's been hit by water buffalo weighing a ton. Your punches are like a mosquito trying to fight a tank. And here's where the overconfidence really bites you, pun intended. You thought if this ever happened, you'd fight it off. You've seen movies where people stab the eyes or punch the snout and the croc lets go. That's Hollywood. In reality, you're in its element. You're outmatched by 2,000 pounds, and it's already decided your dinner. And then it does the thing crocodiles are famous for. The death roll. The croc clamps down harder and starts spinning. Rotational speed, up to 360 degrees per second. You're being spun like laundry in a washing machine, except the washing machine is trying to drown and dismember you. Here's why the death roll is so effective. Crocodiles can't chew. Their jaw muscles are built for clamping, not grinding, so they use rotational force to tear chunks off their prey. As it spins, the torque is applied to wherever it's gripping you. If it's got your leg, your hip joint's being wrenched, ligaments tear, muscles rip. If you're unlucky, your femur snaps. But the worst part of the death roll isn't the physical damage, though that's bad enough. It's the disorientation. You lose all sense of direction. You don't know which way is up. You're underwater, being spun, and your brain can't process spatial information anymore. Even if you wanted to swim to the surface, you don't know where the surface is. And you need to breathe, desperately. You've been underwater for maybe 30 seconds now. Your lungs are screaming. You're in full panic mode. Your body's about to betray you with the involuntary breathing reflex. You know you're underwater. You know you can't breathe. But your diaphragm doesn't care. It's going to force you to inhale. And when you do, you're going to breathe in river water instead of air. So now you're drowning, and the crocodile's still rolling. You're experiencing two different deaths simultaneously, and honestly, it's hard to say which one's worse. The water hits your lungs. You cough violently, which just makes you inhale more water. Your lungs are filling. Your oxygen saturation's dropping fast. Meanwhile, the death roll's still going. The croc might roll 3, 4, 5 times. Each rotation tears your tissue more, separates muscle from bone. If it's got a good grip on a limb, it might twist hard enough to amputate. As said, crocodiles don't have sharp teeth to slice through bone, but they don't need them. Rotational force plus their bite pressure is enough to tear through soft tissue and separate joints. There's a certain dark poetry to it. You saw the sign but thought you knew better. Now you're lunch for a prehistoric predator. Ignored the warning, trusted your pride, now the crocs got you along for the ride. Your dog at home loves you, wants to please you. This crocodile, it sees you the same way you see a sandwich. You're not a person to it, you're calories. Your movements are slowing down now, partly because you're drowning, partly because you're exhausted. Fighting a crocodile is like fighting a mechanical vice. It doesn't get tired. You do. All right, but what does this actually feel like? Because we've covered the mechanics, let's talk about the experience. When the crocodile first grabs you, there's a split second of pure confusion. Your brain can't process it. One moment you're standing in refreshing water, the next you're underwater being crushed by something you didn't even see. Then the pain hits. It's not like a cut or a burn. It's pressure and tearing at the same time, like your leg's in a bear trap that's also biting you. And then panic, not rational fear, pure, primal, lizard, brain terror. You're being eaten. Every instinct you have is screaming at you to escape, but you can't. When the death roll starts, it's disorienting in a way that's almost impossible to describe. Imagine the worst carnival ride you've ever been on, except you're also drowning and being mauled. You lose all reference points. You don't know which way is up. You're spinning through murky water. You catch glimpses of light, of bubbles, of the riverbed, but it's all fragmentary. Your brain can't orient itself. And the need to breathe becomes overwhelming. It's not a want, it's a need. Your body's demanding air, your diaphragm's contracting involuntarily. You're fighting the urge to inhale because you know you're underwater. And then you lose that fight. You gasp. Water floods your lungs, you cough, which makes you inhale more water, and now you're drowning. The panic starts to fade, not because you're calm, because you're running out of energy, out of oxygen. Your muscles aren't responding anymore. You're still being rolled, but you've stopped fighting. Your thoughts fragment. I should have listened. I should have listened. Why didn't I listen? Or maybe, this can't be real. This can't be happening. Or maybe nothing coherent at all. Just terror and regret. Your vision's going dark. Hypoxia's setting in. Your brain's shutting down from lack of oxygen. And somewhere in that chaos, you stop being a person and become food. The crocodile doesn't care about your regrets or your vacation plans or the fact that you have people who love you. You're just meat, and it's hungry. So what happens after? Let's talk about the aftermath. Your friends on shore are screaming. They saw you go under, saw the water explode, maybe caught a glimpse of the crocodile. They're calling emergency services, but they're miles from the nearest town. By the time rangers arrive, you've been underwater for 15, maybe 20 minutes. They know what happened. They've seen this before. Crocodiles don't eat their prey immediately. They drown it, then stash it underwater, usually wedged under a log or in a submerged cave, and let it decompose for a few days. Makes it easier to tear apart. Search and recovery teams will look for you. They'll try to locate the crocodile's larder. Sometimes they find the body, sometimes they don't. And that warning sign you ignored? It stays up, gets a fresh coat of paint. Maybe they add another one, but tourists will keep ignoring them. Here's the thing about crocodile attacks. They're almost always preventable. Don't swim in crocodile habitat. Don't ignore warning signs. Don't assume it won't happen to me. Oh, and for my American viewers who think, well, we have alligators in Florida and they're not that bad. Yeah, alligators are babies compared to saltwater crocs. A big Florida gator is maybe 13 feet and 800 pounds. A big salty? 20 feet and 2,000 pounds. Although, to be fair, Florida man has survived dumber things. Respect. So why do people keep getting eaten by crocodiles despite all the warnings? Because humans are really, really bad at assessing risk for things we haven't personally experienced. You're scared of shark attacks even though they kill like 5 people a year worldwide? But a crocodile warning sign? Nah, they're probably just being overly cautious. It's probably fine. Except it's not fine. The signs are there because people died. Multiple people. And the crocodiles are still there, still hungry, and still very good at their job. Pop culture doesn't help. Crocodile Dundee made crocs seem manageable. Steve Irwin made them seem friendly, and Steve was an expert who treated them with immense respect and still almost got killed multiple times. Even Lake Placid, a movie literally about a giant crocodile eating people, ends with people going, yeah, but that's just a movie. It's not just a movie. It's a warning you chose to ignore. All right, so you're probably not going to Northern Australia anytime soon, but just in case, here's how to not become crocodile food. First, don't swim in crocodile habitat, period. If there's a sign that says crocodiles, believe it. They're not exaggerating for fun. Second, stay at least 5 meters from the water's edge. Crocodiles can lunge out of the water and grab prey on the bank. Don't sit on the edge taking photos. Third, don't swim at dawn or dusk. That's prime hunting time. You're literally swimming during their dinner rush. Fourth, if you see a crocodile, back away slowly. Don't run, don't make sudden movements, just leave, calmly but quickly. Fifth, if a crocodile grabs you, God forbid, go for the eyes and nostrils. It's the only soft tissue they have. It probably won't make them let go, but it might give you a chance. But honestly, the best advice is just don't get in the water. I know it's hot, I know it looks refreshing, but you know what's more refreshing than a swim? Not being eaten by a dinosaur. So there you have it. Crocodile attack, death roll, drowning, dismemberment, the full package. Australia's beautiful. The wildlife's incredible. But it's also trying to kill you in like 6 different ways. Crocodiles, box jellyfish, snakes, spiders, even the plants are venomous. It's like nature looked at Australia and said, let's make everything just beautiful enough that tourists ignore the danger. Subscribe if you like this video. And if you're planning a trip to Australia, read the signs. Oh, and for the record, crocodiles have been around for 200 million years. Your species has been around for 300,000. In the evolutionary arms race, you're not even in the running. You're the participation trophy. See you soon.